Yo, yo, yo. Hey, it's your boy E.T. You're tuned in. That's right, YPR, Young People Revolution. Man, I'm so excited. I'm sitting in front of just a baller. He's doing it, making it happen. Listen to me, guys. I can't believe it. Generally, when I talk making a difference and making it happen, you're talking about people late 30s, early 40s, 50s, right? When you look at most of your millionaires, but I'm sitting in front of a young man. I think of him in Star Wars, Luke. That's right, Luke, right? He's here in the studio with us. Hey, put your hands together, guys, for Luke, Mr. Ambassador. Luke, you got to help me out, man. I mean, we living right now, you know, in an economy where people are saying it's impossible to do good for yourself. It's impossible to make money, you know. But Luke, I'm under the impression that you're right. It is impossible to make money if you're looking for a job. You're absolutely right. If you're looking for somebody else to invest in your dreams and your goals and to blow you up, you might be right. We are in a recession. But at the same time, Luke, I'm seeing people who are looking like they're happy, they're doing it, they're experiencing life. And when I look real close in that group, I see you in that group. So you got to tell me, Luke, for all those people out there that are victims, they're talking about the economy ain't this, and I can't seem to make it, and I can't get a break. Can you please, the disclaimer, can you please let those people know that there is hope and there is a better way?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a certain awareness right now that's happening. I mean, even people that are younger, I'm talking 19, 20 years old, they're in school, they're doing what their parents want them to do, make them parents proud, you know, accumulating that student debt and going to school. And that's just what we've done for so long. Well, really, the game right now is being rewritten. Mm-hmm. They have older brothers, older cousins, friends, family they have followed the master plan. They've graduated, and now there's a traffic jam. There's no jobs, and it's coming. The stories are coming right back into college, and so there is such a awareness right now, and we're just feeding off that.
Good, good, good. So when you talk about this awareness, like we talked about it in the van. You know,
nice van, by the way, BK.
A beautiful van, beautiful van. We talked about the fact that, you know, it's this group that they don't get it. Like they don't understand that realistically their life is in their hand. Like their destiny is in their hands, that they can be, they can do, they can have what they want. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of how you do what you do, how you did what you did in terms of your start, can we just speak to that there are options, that this myth that there's only one way to do it. You know, there's only one path to success. And can you demystify that for us and just tell us your experience that, hey, I didn't go the traditional route, but not only did I get there, you're probably further than most 25-year-olds at, you know, in terms of accomplishing what you've accomplished at your age.
Well, flat out, I mean, everyone lives within certain realms. I mean, you either work for somebody or you own your own business. Yeah. You invest. You're an investor, which most people can't do, especially in college because you don't have the money to invest, right? Or you're a small business owner or something. You guys, this flat out right now, this company, this opportunity is the best model you could be in because it puts you in the control, it puts you in the driver's seat. Why are you going to let someone else dictate how much money you make? Why are you going to let someone else tell you you're worth $10 an hour? I remember I had a job, and I couldn't stand it. You know what? And there's no way I was going to go there year after year and do that same thing over and over again. I knew there was a better way. And I was blessed enough to know a family, you know, the Alcazans. You know, it's not just being the right person. You got to be in the right environment. You know, a sequoia tree that grows to the sky, it's gotten lucky over the years. It's been blessed, or whatever you want to call it. The soil has been deep. No lumberjack has cut it down. It's had the right amount of light. So you guys, if someone's told you about this, don't take it for granted. Take action. I love how you're talking about the power of now. It's all about getting to work. And you know what? It's a matter of figuring out what you want. As cheesy as that may sound, you got to figure out, number one, what you're willing to go to bat for. And I was telling him in the car ride over here, or in the bus ride over here, the bus ride over here.
Yeah. The Mercedes bus ride over here.
Yeah, that's right, with leather seats and plasma screens. We were having fun there, obviously. But you know what, guys? I was in the business, but I wasn't in the business. I was not eating and breathing and dreaming Vemma. You know, there's a little bit of a part of you that needs to become obsessed with the opportunity because not because of money, guys, because of what money can do for you and your family. So it gets me up every morning promptly at about 9:30. No.
I already know that's not the truth, Luke. I already know that's not the truth.
I'll pick in the middle. You get up at what, 3 a.m.? All right. So I've been getting up at 7:30.
All right. I got to ask you this, though. I got to ask you this because I'm out there. I'm listening to you, Luke. I hear you. But come on, man. If I quit my 9 to 5, like this is my security, man. Like, this is how I'm feeding my family. Like, you mean to tell me that I need to give up the now? You know, so what? It's only $8 an hour. So it's only $10 an hour. But I'm eating. It's a sense of security. You asking me to give up my security to do something that I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make money or not? Like, okay, you did it. How did you do it? Like, how did you go from this to that?
You got to become more than what you are at the moment. You want this thing to grow, you got to want it. You know, the ancient phrase says, seek and you shall find. I mean, you guys are here tonight because you're excited. I was definitely excited about changing my life, so I went seeking for the answers. He's became who he is because he has applied himself and countless hours. And I'm so excited because every time we get in the seat, the driver's seat of our business, every time we do a call, we're logging the hours, and you only get better. You get better, you get better. And I'd say if you're uncertain about leaving your situation, you got to look at what you really want, like I said earlier. You got to establish that belief. And your life the journey will begin when you guys get excited, but fundamentally, you have to educate yourself on what you guys have found. You know, if someone's told you about this business, you got to look at, where else can I go? And we say it all the time, and it's true. You know, what if this actually worked? I apply myself, which I do at my job that I hate. I apply myself in Vemma. I get better. At my job, I get better. I get a 50-cent raise after 3 years.
Right.
And then you plateau, and then the company outsources to China, and you're effed, okay?
Absolutely.
So look, you're moving forward. You're getting better. You're having fun, and we've been talking about, there's a common theme tonight. You only grow, you only make more money when you help your team succeed, and I love that. Yeah. You have to become more. Everyone wants to know what to do. Right. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I really believe if you look at maybe BK's library, you'd walk into there and what he's read over the years, that is a library of a serious student of success. He's been brought up in it. So he knows this industry. But you guys, if this is foreign to you, become familiar. Yeah. It's going to cost you money. Yeah. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you, that car you hate, it's only going to be even worse in 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
With more miles, leaking more oil,
right.
leaving more stains on your friend's driveway.
Right.
Gas is only going to get more expensive. Cost of living is going to only go up. You got to change where you're putting in your time. I tell you what, you guys learn the fundamentals. You don't have to be the best person in Vemma. You don't have to be. You get good enough. You get the fundamentals down, okay? I'm not one to talk about basketball, but I would imagine if I were to sit down and really try to learn the sport, there's fundamentals.
There's some fundamentals.
Dribbling, shooting,
Absolutely.
Free throws. I mean, come on. Okay? The fundamentals in this, you guys, you learn them. And you know what? I'll tell you this right now, and this is my opinion. You take it if you want. The disciplines it takes to really blow it up in this are far less work, I would say, than going a lifetime of suffering and struggling. Do the work now. Learn it now. Apply yourself. You guys, this is a window of time. I don't care who gets elected next. The economy is not going to get better to where people are making 80, 100 grand for a long time. So if you want to struggle and rely on tips and all that stuff for the next 5, 10, 15 years, then go ahead. And if that person's really that wishy-washy, I mean, I don't want to sound like whatever, but I was, in my head, next. Yeah. This person's not willing to pay the price. Yeah.
So, all right, so I'm hearing something, and I always say information changes situations.
Right.
If the information you have right now is not getting you to where you want to be, you need to change the information. Information, listen to me, information changes situations. And you said something tonight, I don't know if they're hearing you or not, but you talked about it's not what you do in the process, but who you become in the process. And so I need you to speak to that because I know for me, I used to wake up whenever I wanted to. And so the 3 o'clock is not about 3 o'clock. It's about what am I willing to sacrifice? What am I willing to give up to become what I want to become? It's about reading now. I was telling a group of young people that I'm on a plane. Luke, I'm amazed. I'm on a plane, and I've got grown men who I know they're not happy with their current situation, and they're playing video games. Like, they're playing video games on the plane. I'm like, you are broke, and you're playing video games. Like, cut the video game off and read a book. You know, study somebody's life. Like, write down your dreams, your goals. So, Luke, help me out because you're an ambassador, right? And I don't want to put it out there, but you're doing it big, right? Let's just be honest. You're doing it big. What do you have to become? Who do you have to become in this process to get where you're trying to go?
You know, I can't tell you how to make $1 million in stocks, but I can tell you in the next 6-7 months, I'll be right around Royal Ambassador, if not Royal Ambassador, which is $1 million a year. And it's not because of exactly what I've done, but it's what we've replicated. And I'll tell you what, fundamentally, who you have to become a leader. You have to become a person of conviction. He was talking about body language earlier and how that's the #1 ingredient. When you're talking to somebody, people can read where you're going. Look at anyone who's a leader in anything. I'm talking church, the biggest churches in town. The pastor doesn't get up there, and they're not timid. They're up there leading. They're talking about vision. You go to anywhere, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you show me anything that's succeeding, anything with leadership, it's ran by leaders. You cannot lead someone unless you're throwing it down yourself. So you got to come from a place of understanding that people will not follow you if you're uncertain of where you're going. So, and that, you know what that comes from for me is belief. You got to believe in this thing. You got to understand if I do this, this, and this. And this ties all back into reading and becoming more, listening to the tapes, looking for the answers. And you know what? The thing you don't show up to, the book you don't read, the seminar you don't attend will not help you grow your business.
Absolutely. Oh, man, we should switch now. You should be interviewing me because this is hot, guys. Listen to me. Luke, you want to start? They need to start all over again. Just stop right now in the podcast. Start all over again and go from the top because what you're getting. Listen to me. It's just not the information you're getting. It's from a 25-year-old. And let me tell you something. When I was 25, I was just getting started. You know, had I had this information at 25, I'm telling you, I would be right where I am right now, but at a much younger age. So I'm listening to you. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm trying to make a decision. I always ask this question in every episode. Give me the first step because, I mean, apparently you are much further down the road, less traveled than the average person your age. They're partying, drinking, smoking. I'm not saying that we don't have room for social. I'm not saying there's not room to be, you know, a young person. But give me the first step. I'm listening. You know, I want to eventually get to where you are. I want to be an ambassador one day. Give me step one. Talk to me.
Well, I want to clarify. Maybe we're hitting this a little too hard. You guys, we're #1. I'm all about fun. This business, you know, the money we're making, the lives we're changing. You're not going to find this anywhere else. So #1, I wouldn't be in this business if it wasn't fun. But there also is that sacrifice. You know, you love video games. You're online. You love going to the movies all the time. Major in your Vemma business and minor in Xbox. Not the other way around.
Absolutely.
So we understand that to get going, the first thing, you know what, you gotta understand, you know, this is me at a tape recorder. You gotta understand what you're in, you guys. You have all been shown in this room, listening to this podcast, a way for you to take you and yourself or you and your family to $1 million a year and beyond. You know, everyone, oh, man, I'd do anything to be a millionaire. I'd stay up as long as it took, right? I mean, I think most people would say that. Only if I had a way to do it.
Right.
People see this and they leave because it's too good to be true or whatever. Their programming is all wired and mixed up. You know, they're listening to their parents or they're listening to their friends. You know, the most negative in people, why they always have their mouth open? I don't get that. You know, you go to a meeting. I love what you say, not looking for that cosigner. Yeah. I would have shown up just for that, by the way. I love that. Can I use that sometime?
You can use that.
Thank you.
You can use that.
You know what? It's about what you want. Are your friends paying your bills? No. If you ask them for money, most people don't have the money to lend right now anyway. You got to, if it is to be, it's up to me. You know what? You're in business. Grow where you're planted. People have excuses out there. You know what? if it is to be, it's up to me. I will until. Bob Proctor was talking to us, out of The Secret. He says, until is a powerful word because that, that applies out of the gate right there that you're not going to give up. And so number one, you guys, have a mentor. I love how you said that earlier. And you look at anyone professionally in life, from Lil Wayne to Tiger Woods, and if you read these people's bios, they always have a mentor, always. And my mentors have been great. I've learned tons from BK. I've learned tons from the #1 income earner, Tom Alcazan. My buddy Brad, who's a Royal 26, making $1 million. You guys, I've seen his checks. It's ridiculous. What would the day be like if you're making 3-4 G's a day? Not a month, not every 2 months, a day. That's what we're dealing with right now. So it's like, yeah, I will learn the skill sets to do that.
Absolutely.
As long as you don't sell out, you guys, we're not doing anything weird here. We're changing lives for the better.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd do anything. No, I would not do anything.
I love it.
You don't sell out for success.
Right.
But guys, we're making people better. We're changing lives. And he shared, ET here shared some things with us on the way over. When you get those stories of money and everything, that's great. But when you really have someone that's really changed their lives, we have people focused now like they've never been focused before, putting down the partying, minimizing, focusing on their business because they realize for them to become that millionaire, that $100,000 income earner, they have to sacrifice.
Absolutely. I love it. I love that this company gives you an opportunity to be your brand, and that's the theme I'm hearing. Everybody's not doing it the exact same way.
Right.
Everybody doesn't have the same why. Everybody's not in the business for the exact same reason, but you can build your brand. And you said it. Most companies, they take you hostage. They take your creativity. They take your mind. They take, you can't be this. You have to dress like this. You're like almost like a mummy, you're robotic. You lose you compromise you to build their brand. And this company is saying, we can partner. We have a model. We have a system. We have a plan, and you can be your own brand. You can do it. Frank Sinatra, I'm sorry, some of you guys are young, but Frankie said it, I did it my way. I'm going to have to keep my day job, but I love it, right? I love it. And so I think we've got a couple callers.
Yes.
We've got a couple individuals out there, and listen to me. We're doing this, guys. There's a method to the madness, because if you hear Luke, you're like, he did it, but I can't do it. He's like super special. I told you, Star Wars, right? The Force is with him, right? No, but we're getting some other people on the line. Why? Because we want it to be known that, listen to me, this isn't just one person doing it. There's countless story after story after story. And here's the trick. If you make the decision and you dedicate yourself and do what needs to be done, you could be the person on this line one day talking, saying, I once was here, and now I'm here. So introduce us to your secret to success people.
Well, the force is strong with this guy. His name's Luke as well.
Oh, it's strong. It's strong.
You know what? Powered his way from zero to over executive. He's going to probably hit star executive this month, which in income, the guy's 19.
Wow.
He's got a 2013 BMW with more options. I didn't even know they had all these options.
And it's only 2012 when he's got the 2013.
Yeah, somehow I think he knows some people that know some people
absolutely.
that hooked him up with that. But you know what? So proud of this guy. He's got incredible work ethic. And that, you know what? His #1 ingredient is conviction. People know when he's talking about this, he's serious. And he's had checks. Here, we'll throw the disclaimer in later, but $2,000 a week, $3,000. He had a check a couple weeks back, $3,300. He's 19. What do you do with that? Yeah. So Luke, tell us, man, what are you excited about?
Talk to me, Luke, please.
Well, yeah, so introduced to this thing, very skeptical. Saw people like Katie Warren, Alex Morton doing it, and that was pretty much the turning point. From there, all I needed to know was that it could be done, and then I would figure it out along the way. I really plugged into this thing and made it a priority, and it's worked out for me. But guys, there's no secret to this thing. Why I love it is because you're in complete control over your situation. When you work, who you work with, how much money you make, that is all on you, and there's no secret to it. The people that work harder make more money. There's a common trend. The people with the fat checks, they're reading the books, listening to the audio CD, plug it in. But, guys, if you're new and you're listening in, or even you're in the business and you're listening in, open your eyes up to the big picture here. Think about what you have, because I feel like if everyone can really wrap their head around what we've fallen into, there's nothing that will stop you from making it happen. I feel blessed every day that this thing happened, changing people's lives, making good money, having fun, and just spreading an all-around positive message. So my advice to the newest person, dig into this thing and don't look back.
Yeah, you know what, Luke, man, what you're saying is so, it resonates with me so much because people want maximum reward. They want maximum reward, right, with minimum effort, right? And it's just not going to happen. You cannot get maximum reward with minimum effort, and I'm feeling you. I remember, my wife, no disrespect, nurse, she wanted to go to work every day, but I did not want to miss my little girl when she got that academic award, and it was at, 1:13 in the afternoon. I wanted to be there. I didn't, and I remember my boss telling me, "I'm sorry, you can't go." And I was like, "What if I change my lunch hour? What if I switch my? Nope, your lunch has to be 12 to 1." And I'm thinking, "Wow, I'm gonna miss my daughter. Like this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Like I'm getting paid little to nothing, and I'm missing." The cement of my daughter's relation. Like I'm not getting anything but a check, and you're telling me I can't go see my daughter, like my child. I'm willing to do whatever. I'm willing to take a 15-minute lunch. Like I'm willing to change whatever. And she's saying no, and I knew from that day forward, like this can't be for me. My daughter's coming home like, "Dad, look at there. I wish you could have been there." So I feel you. I'm so proud of you. 19. I've never heard in my life of a 19-year-old. We're not talking about the money now. We're talking about the effort that you're putting forth. The major and the minor, and you got your priorities together, man, it's phenomenal. So I know you may have something else to say, but I just want to stop and affirm you at 19 so you can do this at 29 and 39. Can we just stop for a minute and just, Luke, thank you, Luke. Woo! All right, Luke, I know we got to move on. Is there any last comments you want to make before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, just, we're at the right place at the right time. Keep where you're heading in front of you every day. Plug into this thing. Just follow the system, like Luke, Alex, Brad say, and it's all there, guys. So we're excited, man. The future's bright, and, let's make some money, change some lives.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on here. I know you're busy, man. You trying to hit that presidential next month?
Yeah, going for, we'll say, a month and a half, 2 months from now.
So he'll be at a 6-figure income when he's 19.
Woo, woo. Hey, I'm going to get your number from Luke afterwards, okay?
He's already in the business, man. He's working. All right. Patrick is an animal, flat out. I mean, this guy, we're talking about leadership vision. I was working mostly, my story, which is rather boring, but anyway, I was working with parents for a long time, never really had that burst of energy and enrollment. I talked to Patrick. It was a Monday night or a Tuesday night. Brad Alcaz and I did a call with him. It was 11:30 p.m. on a weekday. I woke up the next morning with 9 or 10 new enrollments. The last one came in at like 3:43 a.m. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. So anyway, Patrick now, he started in the end of March. He has about 2,000 active college students in his business now. Just insanely blowing up. I'm so proud of this guy. Yeah. So Patrick, are you there?
I am, Luke. How you doing, man?
Doing good. We're having fun over here.
Thanks for having me on, E.T. I love you, man.
Hey, man, I love you,
Thanks
too.
For having me on here. Hey, well, guys, I'm Patrick Comer. I'm 21. I'm up here at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And you know what? I was that average college student that had the average part-time job with the above-average goals and dreams. I had no way to get there. Did not know how I was going to go make a lot of money, how I was going to be financially free, how I was going to go get a brand-new car, get the big house at a young age, live the life you always see on TV. You see the celebrities live, the athletes, the people in Hollywood, and you're like, I want that life. How am I going to get there? And Vemma was the answer for me. That's how I'm getting there. Luke Kish, said it the best. You plug in, you follow the system, and you will get where you want to get. I met Luke probably about 4 months ago now, and when I met him, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be rich one day because I'm gonna teach Luke how to be great, and we're gonna work together. We're gonna build this thing together, and that's really the foundation of Vemma is taking the people who you meet through this opportunity, the people who want it the best, they want it the most, and they want to be the best. They want to be great, and teaching them, bringing them along with you and getting to the level they want to get. So, that's why I'm excited. But really how this has changed my life is I'm going to graduate college this year with an income that'll allow me to not have to get a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life.
Can we get some specifics on that income?
I mean, right now it's looking like $2,000 to $2,500 on a weekly basis, and it's really cool that I go to class every day, and I know I'm making more money than my teachers that week.
A lot more. And
I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do that every week until I graduate. And it's fun to know that you get to go to class and do that. Not everyone gets to say that, So I think that's kind of cool.
Well, you know what? I mean, when you say you're making more than your professors, like I saw the room light up. Like, you're not here, right? I saw some folks light up. Look, tell me, because I love it. You are still pursuing, whatever your academic aspirations are. You're still pursuing that, and yet you're still making this kind of income. Like, what's the drive? Like, what wakes you up? What's your why? How are you able to do what you do so that you can give those of us in this room some energy?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, ET. The ability to know that I'm never going to have to go get a 9-to-5 job, that drives me every day. Some of us, I'm really scared of having to, have to go get a job to support myself. That freaks me out. So I get up every morning knowing that if I don't go 110% building my Vemma business, I may have to go get a job. So that is my why. Another why is I just want to see people at a young age have the opportunity to do whatever they want. Most of us think I got to go get the good grades. I got to go get the degree so I can go get the job so I can work for 60 years so I can get Social Security, retire, and die. That's not what I want to do. And I know a lot of people out there don't want that life. So my why is I really want to go change the way young people think about how to make money and how they can live life, because I was never really open to anything like this until I saw it. And then once I saw it, I saw Brad and Luke making these big checks and driving around the cars and having the nice houses. I saw I can do that. Anybody can do that. There's no reason why there's 20,000 people at Cal Poly right now who can't do what I'm doing right now. And I'm willing to show them what it takes to go do it, because I've done it. And I want to see everyone, do what I've been doing.
And listen to me, I'm almost in tears because I realize the reason why a lot of young men are in gangs, are dropping out of high school, etc., is because that's what they've been exposed to. And now we have a company that is exposing young people to something that they would have never been exposed to, giving young people an opportunity. I mean, that's the common thread. From the first to the fourth, I keep hearing it over and over again. Young people with opportunities that they have never, ever had before. And I'm excited about that, and I'm so excited that you guys aren't young just making money thinking about yourself. It was the great John F. Kennedy who said, it's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And the only way to survive is better to give than to receive. And the only way to really blow up, the only way to really live life to its fullest is really to help others to get to the level that they're trying to get to. And so I'm excited to hear what you're doing. I can't wait to meet you guys off the line. BK and I have not talked yet, but listen to me. This is bigger than the podcast for me, and I can't wait to meet you guys. I can't wait to be a part, of what you guys are doing. So keep doing what you're doing. Put your foot on the gas. I'm gonna switch over real quick. I want to ask Luke a question because we don't have a lot of time. Luke, so a lot of Americans, you get these European vehicles, and unfortunately, because it's 70 miles per hour, the car can do 160. But unfortunately, in America, we're on the exterior. But when you're in Germany and you're on the Autobahn, you're not on the outside of the car. You get to enjoy the engine. Like, you get to open her up. And when those cars, you do 70, 80, those cars are like, come on, come on. They were made. They were designed. They were built for speed. And so we can only do 70. You're young. I don't want you guys. Eric told me to push it to the limit, right? That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, Luke, you are young. Let's say you got 6 gears. You are already putting it in 5th gear. And there's some people who are living in 2nd gear. They're living in 3rd, and they got 3 gears left. Talk to them, Luke. What can you say to them to help them to get out of complacency, out of being settled, and go into some of those other gears?
They got to go looking for the answers. I mean, flat out. And they got to stop listening to negative people. Yeah. Les Brown said, I've literally read and heard from dozens of people, credible people, not people that are just talking. These people have made millions of dollars, and they say you got to get away from negative people, flat out. And it might be people that are really close to you. It might be your best friend, but if they don't want what you want in the end term, you got to get away from them. I think, we go around the country, and I've actually been to Europe once or twice, talking about this, and people get so excited and they look to the cosigner, right? They look right to their buddies.
Yeah.
They look to their friend. It's not about them. What do you want? What do you want? And, you know, if your dreams are not in harmony with where you are putting in your time, you got to make a change. That's flat out.
Listen to me, guys. You're not only listening to, you have the opportunity to become a part of the revolution, and not just any revolution, the young people revolution. Once again, this is your boy E.T. saying, make the rest of your life the best of your life. So,